I should have wore pants.
You should have wore pants.
I would have been sweating so much. I got to walk around in flyer after this.
Do you normally wear? Are you shorts guy?
In the last couple of years, I've been a shorts guy.
You grew into a shorts guy.
I used to be like, shorts and sweatpants are in the house only.
I can get that.
And if I wore shorts, they were like cloth, like nice shorts that you'd wear to like a barbecue or something.
Like
like church shorts.
I've never heard anybody say cloth. Cloth. Literally
I don't know what this
short.
Like this is synthetic. Whatever.
Those are what I would call basketball shorts.
Yes, these are basketball shorts.
Those are gym shorts.
Yes.
Gotcha.
Planet Fitness shorts. I don't know. Yeah, and then I was like, so I had one pair of shorts I just wore every time I would go outside in the summertime, and I'd wear them.
And it was the cloth shorts.
Yeah, and I've recently found them, and they're just like sweat stained beyond.
Now, here's what I'm going to ask you. Were they light colored shorts?
Dark blue.
Okay.
I'm not messing around.
Okay.
Yeah.
As long as you're not fucking nuts.
No.
People who wear, like the color shorts Danny's wearing right now, you're out of your mind, Danny.
That was a similar pair I considered wearing today, but I knew they were going to be dark green by the time I got here.
It's just so nuts when I see somebody. Like, I wish I had white, like guys
Wait,
who wear.
why is that?
Why?
Yeah.
Don't you fucking dare.
Uh-oh.
Don't you dare do it.
Mom, Dad.
You know why, Danny.
Why is this?
It's because I don't wear underwear, Danny.
Oh, I forgot about this.
And you know what? This is a lifestyle choice that I've made, and now I'm, you know what?
Actually, this week you do wear underwear.
You know what? I actually always wear my sheath underwear because it's the only underwear that makes my penis look amazing in cloth. Cloth underwear. Genuine cloth.
Genuine cloth.
Cloth underwear.
I have a bone to pick with sheath. They don't. I have more of a
No, you don't.
like a ceremonial dagger.
Actually, nobody talks. This is a sheath household.
Just make a shorter sheath. That's all I'm saying.
Shorter.
You can't reach the sheath. You can't sheath the sword if it's not a sword.
What are you talking about?
I'm just saying.
You need sheath for the.
I need like boy sheath.
You need boy sheath.
Yeah.
Youth sheath.
I need like a.
So your
I need
wiener
like a hobbit sword sheath.
Your wiener doesn't go through the hole. Is that the thing?
No. It's just like it's all balls. This is something the sheath R&D team can discover for me.
What do you think?
And then sponsor my podcast.
Why don't you just pull them up a little bit more? Does sheath make brief? Like a regular.
I
Like,
bought the
do.
sheath
They do.
suspenders.
you have sheaths
To
suspended.
pull it up higher,
Oh,
and I can snap them whenever I want. It's just not working.
when you're talking to
like I
young
want.
kids. Well, no.
Back in my day, we never wore underwear until they sponsored my podcast.
I'm telling you, sheath is the only underwear that I actually own. It's the only underwear I actually own.
Yeah.
And but before I get on that, yeah, I don't wear underwear. And when I see Danny walking around hot dogging over there in light colored shorts on a hot balmy day
Yeah.
with no worry of leaving a fucking,
You know I'm not a big sweater.
I know it's kind of
That's
also bullshit too.
Admirable.
He was talking about sweating pretty hard.
Yeah, I carry around two shirts, 2 pairs of underwear in my backpack.
Right now.
Yeah,
Man.
because I've been walking around.
Have you
asking
always
people to
have
put
you
flyers
always
on.
been that sweaty?
Only maybe the last 5 or 6 years. I don't know if it's either the antidepressants or the remarkable amount of hair I've been growing all
Both.
over my body.
I think
Yeah.
I think both are connected here.
It's
You're
Vietnam.
You're
down
you're
there.
growing up.
Yeah.
You're changing into a man, and you're becoming crippled by depression because of it. And actually, you know what's crazy is that you're taking antidepressants to not be depressed, but you're sweating more, which is making you depressed.
Yeah, honestly,
Which is-
it makes
it's
me
a
look like I'm
wild-
so anxious with like nervous energy
Yeah.
because I'm sweating so much, and
That's
it's like
fucking-
no, I'm just like my body's tired or something. I don't know.
I mean, as long as you're not doing something like I knew a chick who used to sweat so much that she would actually. Have you ever seen anybody wring a shirt out?
A
wild.
larger person.
I watched a chick who was like very petite do it, and
Whoa.
it was actually very arousing. It was actually one of the hottest things I've ever seen, ever.
Yeah,
Because like
that's
she
pretty
was
good.
running, she was like just jogging,
Whoa.
and she stopped and took off her shirt.
Cut the cameras real quick, Dan.
Took off her shirt.
You strike me as a sweat fetish guy.
It's not even. It's not even a.
Call his bedroom the sweat shop. The way he's working in there.
Sweat, dude. That's the last type of energy I want to give. He's like, yo, sweat fetish. Really balmy, rashy.
Yeah, he's got like
Sweat fetish. But it was hot because like she just took it and like wrung it out, but not over her head like a maniac.
Over your
just
head.
wrung it out. Oh, dude, that would be. I'd lose my mind.
Flash dance you with
Dude,
the
if you
sweatshirt.
pull back and sweat. Oh, fuck. That's actually
Sounds
how I want to
great.
drown. I want to drown and squirt like that. If you could flash
Oh,
dance
whoa.
squirt, which they say,
Isn't it mostly piss? Or is that a myth?
no, that's also a myth, dude. I don't know if it's pee.
I get all my squirting information from open mic, so there's no.
Yeah, that is actually the worst place to get it.
It's worse than WebMD.
That's never a place you want to
I'm
get it.
single right now, and fellas, I'm a squirter. I'm like, damn, you be pissing everywhere.
Damn, this is the Ed Podcast with Ryan Shaner. I am joined with a very great friend, very good guy, Mr. Shane O'Connor. How are you?
Oh, I'm great, Ryan. Thanks for having me.
Oh, thanks for
Excited.
being here again, man. You got anything you want to plug for the people listening here?
Oh, for the love of God, come to this special taping I'm doing with Philadelphia's own friend of the podcast, Sarah Bell, June 23rd, 6 and 8 p.m. at the Yuki Club in Northern Liberties, the Ukrainian Friends Society Club. That is a rock venue, but they got $3 PBR. So what do you?
Yo,
really
you
want?
guys gonna invade them? You guys are gonna invade that Ukrainian club and drop some goddamn bombs on it?
Maybe, I don't know. I think we can have part of the club. We've already annexed part of the
Yeah,
club.
if you can get most.
We've annexed the stage, and they won't come near it. They said, and I don't know.
That's pretty good. So you guys are gonna be there on June 23rd. Amazing. That's my younger brother's birthday. Which,
Oh my gosh, happy birthday!
you know,
What better way to celebrate the day of your birth than to watch some amateur stand-up comedy?
I think I should tell him about it. He wouldn't come. I'm sorry. He just
tell him you're doing a guestie.
He wouldn't even come for that either. He would not come for that. My younger brother, love him to death, but he's kind of like the same way most of my family is. If it's not adjacent, and when I say adjacent, like 5 blocks away, they're not.
If you
They're
got to
not
get in
going.
a car, it's
Yeah,
over.
fucking Christ. They're not coming in here. They might as well be on the fucking moon. They're never going to fucking Philadelphia. Even though my mom called me and she's like, I can't believe they're cleaning it up. That's amazing. It's amazing they're doing that. I can't believe. I'm like, Mom, they're honestly just taking it and sweeping it under a rug. And at one point, that's what I think is the most dangerous part of everything that's happening in the city is you're taking all the fungus and you're putting it in one
In the
big
darkness.
peach tree dish.
Oh yeah.
And it's going to grow to a point where we can't control it anymore.
Well, worst part of Kensington cleanup is this is the neighborhood next to Kensington.
Oh, I know.
It's been nightmarish.
I actually walked past a guy. I was being a good Samaritan. I stopped for a second to make sure he was breathing, but then I kept going. He was still breathing, but he wasn't just like laying on the sidewalk like, oh, that guy's done some drugs and he's laying on the sidewalk. He was like sprawled out half on the curb
Oh.
in between 2 cars, and I was like, oh man. And then I was like, man, part of me, like, look, there's nothing I don't know how to help the homeless. I don't know what to do. I don't think there's any amount of money I could personally give to help anybody, but I do think if I found a way to like put those little tanning glasses on him with like a little bit.
Get him in the sheath banana
I'm just
hammock
saying,
and the
like,
little
if you-
glasses. Get a
Dude,
nice tan.
I think there are ways we can go about, because like we got to paint the rust, and you can paint rust any color. It's still rust,
Yeah.
but as long as it's painted,
It'll look for a little
it
nicer
could
a little
look
bit.
a little nicer. If
Yeah.
we found every sleeping homeless man and just put like the white like sunscreen right on the nose.
Weekend at Bernie's, every homeless
Dude,
guy.
if we Bernied, dude, if we Bernied all the homeless, come on.
That'd be pretty good. Get all those rookie cops coming up
That
here.
would be
just give 'em
so
sunscreen.
sick. I don't know why we don't do that. I also thought about like if I had the money, I don't know if I'd do 2 things. I'd either buy every homeless guy like a very nice suit. Like, could you just imagine walking down the street and just seeing like hundreds of businessmen, but like they're sleeping on the ground? Like, it would just make it kind of more
Taking a
aesthetic.
businessman's lunch.
Yeah, it would just be like you'd be like, wow, that guy's really into. Is that insulin?
He's grinding so hard.
It's just sleeping, standing up. It's like those pictures
They're
of
working him
like,
too hard.
it's like those pictures in I think it's in either China or Japan. Where
The Tokyo business guys.
Tokyo business guys. Have you seen these things?
No.
Holy shit. These poor dudes. So like their work ethic in Japan is out of control. I mean, Godzilla's there. You got to be
Sure.
on top of things.
Yeah, you gotta make sure your spreadsheets are in order.
This guy and I don't know if it's the gals so much, but the dudes will work to a point where like they'll just leave work and sleep kind of standing up, and then they'll go right back to work.
Oh.
It is out of control. Look at that guy sleeping, standing up with his head up against the wall. Amazing.
I have fallen asleep like that.
But what I'm saying is, if you saw these guys on K&A Street, Danny, tell me that's not a good idea.
I love this.
That's an amazing idea. If we just gave all the fucking junkies suits, we would be like, yo, Tokyo, we're coming for you.
Yeah.
We got
your
something
unpaid
going on.
interns right here.
It's pretty fucking sick. Or the other thing is, if I could afford it, is giving all of the homeless and you know, drug addicts or people who are like, you know, mentally unwell, all the mental health crisis that we have going on. If you just dress them up like Macho Man Randy Savage, all of them, like just with the streamers and the glasses, and they were just walking around, that would be, again.
You could definitely do that this month.
I don't know. Pride.
Like, who's repping harder?
I like then Macho Man.
Macho Man. Macho men, macho women, macho people.
Cracho they. Oh, I don't know what I'm all about.
Can I get $1, please? $2, maybe? That was not a good.
The cream always rises in my mouth. Pride Month. Ooh, yeah.
I had a guy I almost got in a park. It was before the show Tuesday. I was sitting in a park, just we're honing my craft, and this guy comes up to me and he's like, "Are you nice?" I'm like,
perfect.
Like, I like to think so. He's like, "Everybody in this park is so mean," and I'm like, "This is Rittenhouse Park. People are mostly rich and mean here."
This is where it goes because you're the nice one.
They're like, "You got any money?" And I'm like, "Not any cash." He's like, "Well, I got the apps," and I was like, "You're gonna match with me on Tinder right now?
Dude.
That's crazy." And so he sticks out the Venmo, and I feel bad, so I'm like, all right. And he's watching me, and I type in 5, and he looks up at me, and I'm like, 10. And he's like, thank you. I need this to get into the shelter later. And I was like, I don't know how shelters work. I was just like, sure, send him the $10.
What I don't understand is you need a bank account for Venmo.
True.
You need a bank account for all of the apps. This new wave of digital homeless, I'm starting to believe that the homeless aren't real. Like, you know, the conspiracy theory that birds aren't real.
Yeah.
I'm starting to believe that the homeless are just like, you know, a psyop for some sort of surveillance they're doing out in the world.
I think what you can do.
I'm not down.
What you can do is you get that Venmo debit credit card they give you, and you don't need the account. It all just goes straight to the card, I think.
What?
It's a
conspiracy.
I'm
I don't like that either. Look. Call me old-fashioned.
You don't like that the bums are more tech-savvy than you are?
No, I don't like that
they're wearing underwear. They got credit cards.
If I saw a bum wearing underwear, I'd be like, you get off your high horse. And usually I give money to the homeless crazies because, like, I know that, like, one turn of the key wrong, I'm easily them.
Yeah.
Like, I understand how it works. Like, I could easily be a homeless crazy guy.
Yeah, the second your manscaper runs out of juice.
I know. I'm fucking out of control.
Did you ever see your homeless looper?
My homeless looper?
Yeah.
Is he walking around here?
I'm just saying. I came across my homeless looper.
I know what you're saying. But here's the thing. I believe every crazy person could be my homeless looper. That's why I give the money to the crazies.
Yeah,
that could be me.
They're looping in here. It's not about the loop.
Yeah, it's just that could be me from the future. It's like it's like you could be wearing a different. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen to me in 20 years.
Yeah.
I could be a black woman in 20 years.
We'll
Just
have the
saying.
technology for sure.
And I won't need that beautiful, amazing sheath underwear. That unless my vagina's fat, which
They're
everyone
gonna have
loves
lady
to tell.
sheath by then, probably.
Everyone, I mean, they have camel toe underwear now.
What?
They have. You didn't know that?
I haven't seen a camel toe in a while.
You haven't seen camel toe in a while?
Well, I guess tis the season.
Dude, it's toes. It's
Sound like nip cups.
dude, it's toes. It's toes all day. You got to go to the right places. One, get out of Rittenhouse Park. You're not going to see any.
Oh yeah.
You're not going to see any toe in Rittenhouse Park.
The homeless guy might have had some toe. It was just so funny because he asked me for the shelter. So I put in the memo shelter, and he's like, "Thank you so much. You're gonna get your blessings." And then he walks away and he just says to himself, "Time to get some wine." And I'm like,
perfect.
I'm like, "Hey, you tricked me, but I respect it."
Got ya.
Comes back around like 20 minutes later. He's like, "Did you already give me money?" And I was like, "Yep." He's like, 5? I was like, "No, 10." He's like, "God's coming for you." And I'm like,
what an amazing
"I hope it's a good
life.
one.
You know, it's like, that's all you got to do is you got to, like, man, I don't know if as much as I say like, yo, that I could be homeless in like a while, or I could be crazy or whatever. I don't know if I have the ability to swallow my pride that much to just keep asking people for money.
Well, I mean, what you should do is
Also, subscribe to the Patreon. Make sure you get on there.
also self-produce your own special and bug the fuck out of people to come to it. Ignore the ticket
Wait,
fees.
did you give that homeless guy a flyer?
I should have.
Why didn't you? Do you know what? You should have made him work
We
for
got
it for
a
little
finite
bit.
number. I'm trying.
Just been like, yo, take 3 of these flyers, give it to 3 of your friends, see how it goes.
It's like a pyramid scheme.
You could employ him for a little bit.
I mean, it might be a great move to just like decorate the homeless and like end merch
Oh,
and like
man.
signs.
Oh, forehead tattoos.
That'd be so sick. I would honestly love, you know what I actually am pissed? I've talked about it before. I'm bummed there's no sandwich board homeless anymore. Those guys are the best. Like the guys that are wearing the
Yeah.
2 pieces of wood
That's
on
what
them.
I'm saying. We bring it back.
The end is near. Why isn't that happening?
The end is near. QR code. Bam.
Yeah.
Podcast. Screaming.
It's just like, yeah, I gave that guy $5. He's been out there all day.
I think you could
Killing
give
it.
a guy a hundo and he'll QR code tattoo the podcast to his forehead.
But that's the problem, is that he would QR code the podcast to his head, and then all I would have is guys just trying to get cash from me with their homeless phones all the time. Be like, I don't want one. I don't need any of this shit. That would be the worst fucking thing in the world.
The underground network.
I think actually QR code and like painting it somewhere real big would be a good idea. And, you know, like good, just tasteful vandalism.
yeah.
Bring that back.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
A QR code.
Also dropping them, like doing the airdrops thing that they were doing in Ukraine.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty sick.
Things are gonna get better, guys.
No, no, they're not.
Did you see at the you're not a big sports guy, but at the Mariners ballpark in Seattle during the 1 inning, they have these little blimps fly over the crowd and drop hot dogs on parachutes. And
That's amazing.
I'm like, that's what we should be doing,
Dude,
in these
why don't-
war-torn countries?
Just dropping wieners on them.
Yeah, like in Gaza, like the pier they were trying to get the boats to just got destroyed in like a week, and I was like,
Dude.
blimps.
Dude,
hot dogs,
that is a great way to
parachute.
change our image, like in the Middle East.
Oh yeah,
Definitely.
throw them Cliff
I mean,
Bar.
make sure they're beef hot dogs.
Yes, they
but,
cannot be
you know.
pork hot dogs.
Well, they gotta be. Was it halal?
kosher.
Halal.
Wait, halal? What?
We're not
Yeah.
dropping them in Israel.
Oh, what?
I mean, we can.
I mean, we just get some.
We're already mailing them like.
You know
good
what?
food.
If we actually put Hebrew nationals,
That's how this whole conflict started.
What I'm saying. The Hebrew nets.
You guys stay up on your history.
Those Hebrew nationals.
First, it was a commercial. Then they started
Delicious,
settling.
but also very, very murderous. That's not their land. That's not their bun, dude. Not their bun. Yeah, I'm not a big sports guy. I have been being harangued though about the WNBA a lot. Have you been keeping up with this?
Yeah, I'm a little up to date. I'm trying to be
Now-
make my girlfriend happy.
I know everyone knows Caitlin Clark.
Yes.
Everybody knows that. I don't care. I don't care.
Okay.
Everyone knows what's her face, Reese's.
Oh, Angel Reese.
Angel Reese. I said Reese's.
Angel Reese's cup.
Yeah, my little peanut butter cup.
She's a big peanut butter cup.
She's a cup girl?
Queen
Yeah.
size.
Love it. And then there's another chick.
Cameron Brink.
That's the one I know
Yeah.
because fuck.
Yeah, I see a lot of
Why
memes.
are we covering her more?
No, they are on Twitter. I
Are
feel
they
like
on
on Twitter,
Twitter?
it's a lot of like memes of like, you know those things guys use to climb electrical poles?
Oh,
and they have the stirrups and the
Oh,
straps.
hell, dude.
So it's just a picture of that and then
Have
a
you seen
picture of
this
her.
chick, Danny? Dude,
She's very
What's her-
very
I'll
leggy.
drink water.
Yeah.
What's her name?
Cameron Brink.
I think your face is kind of scary. But,
No, it's not. Compared to what in the WNBA?
I don't know. That's true. But
Compared to what?
I just thought, I was like, she gets all these blocks. And I was like, she doesn't like, there's like a lot of taller people on the court. But then I realized she has like a 7-foot. Like,
Yeah, she's like a
wingspan or
fucking
whatever.
condor. It's
She's going to
fucking
be in the
wild.
Olympic 3x3 team. 3-on-3 is an Olympic event now.
Look at them tight braids
Yeah.
with that New Balance.
And she's like friends with Steph Curry or something. She calls herself Steph Curry's goddaughter.
Oh.
And I'm like, I guess just Steph Curry's mom.
I'm just saying that this is the reason I would watch
Yeah.
the
LA Sparks
WNBA.
stay up 3 hours later than usual.
You know what? I don't know anything. All I ever see on fucking Facebook or Instagram or fucking whatever is all about Caitlin Clark and how she's getting bullied by people. And it's
She is getting bullied to like a very funny degree to me.
Now, when you say bully, isn't the game like isn't professional basketball kind of aggressive to begin with?
Yeah, more so in the NBA than the WNBA, I say. But then that being said, in the women's,
Yeah, they're bitches, man. It's
dude,
bitches.
Angel Reese was literally yanking on braids in the college finals, and like she'd be like, wait for the ref to look and just yank
Wow.
down.
Sick.
But no, Caitlin Clark was like just standing, and this like
I
just
saw
came over and
I
hip
saw
checked her.
the one chick, run into her, and then she's like, I saw like part of a press conference where she wasn't answering any Caitlin Clark questions, which is kind of whatever. But it's like Caitlin Clark, I guess. And like, I'm not the person. I don't even know why I brought this up. I'm not the person to be talking about.
Oh, we were talking about sports.
Well, it's because I'm not the demographic for the WNBA. I'm not what
Don't
they
sell
want.
yourself short.
What I'm saying is when they say they need male viewership,
Yeah.
I'm not the one they want.
If they get you, they can get anybody.
What I'm saying is the way they get me is they do it like beach volleyball.
Oh, they're just wearing like
Hey,
underwear.
that's how you get me. That's the only reason I've ever watched, and I'm going to sound like a scumbag. The only reason I've ever watched any female sport is not because of the sportsmanship.
Summer Olympics are coming. You're gonna be
I'm pumped.
horn dog.
I'm pumped. It's
Are you a big LFL fan?
LFL. Is that the lingerie? Yeah, it's good for a little bit. Like it gets me where I
Feels
need
like
to be.
they're kind of like shoving it in your face too much.
Yeah,
I wanted a little less.
I appreciate the athleticism, but I also appreciate the scantily clad shit going on.
Yeah,
That's why beach volleyball was covering all the bases. I'm like, yo, these bitches are fucking.
really only covering
I'm
third
sorry.
and second.
What's that?
They're really only covering third and second.
Yeah, that's pretty much. That's pretty. I like what you're doing there.
Yeah, I'm in podcast mode. Didn't want to say it, but I'm in podcast mode so hard right
Yeah,
now.
man.
Yeah, what's happening?
Yeah.
Oh my god,
You
I'm
need
in
to-
podcast
You need to
mode.
drink some of that coffee for the first time.
Oh, yeah.
Watch this guy.
I don't want to.
Yes, you do.
man. I've never had coffee before.
What do you mean you've never had coffee before?
I've never had it. My parents never drank it. I didn't never need to be extra energy. I drink tea. I like tea sometimes.
Okay. Well, guess
But-
what? You're in America, dude.
The closest I ever got was I got coffee with the lady, and then she drank the coffee and then kissed me, and I was like, ick.
Okay.
But
So this is what you're about to drink is just iced black coffee. So you're gonna hate it,
yeah.
but you're gonna drink it anyway.
All right. Here's to the end podcast and sheath underwear. It's like dirt. It's like cold dirt. Hey, ever want some mud after the rain?
That's like giving a baby a lemon and just like look at him. He hates it.
Now, if I feel an incredible boost of energy.
No, see, the whole thing is what you're gonna do is like, look, the way I look at it, like black coffee. Black coffee is like kind of like really like overproof like bourbon and rum. Like you don't like it at first, but the whole point is like you're not supposed to.
Yeah, it's like your first beer.
You're just gonna get it, and then it'll grow on you. It's an acquired taste.
Yeah, well, I don't know. I have an addictive personality. I'm a little worried now.
Yeah, I hope you get fucking.
One sip.
I hope I see you in the park with a phone.
Give me can I have a Starbucks gift card,
I'm
please?
just trying to, like, I got the apps. I can get me goddamn.
I'll even take decaf. I don't care.
Yeah, I think like every sport I've ever watched, if women are involved, and I know it sucks because like
I'm trying to think of another like horny Summer Olympic sport.
gymnastics,
Yeah, there's some camel toe.
gymnastics, swimming's good, diving, all of the sports where it's those super high cut fucking whatever's going on. I don't know. And I'm sorry.
How do you feel about beach volleyball versus just like regular indoor volleyball?
Indoor volleyball's got its upsides too.
Volleyball shorts. Are
The fucking the dunks on those. That's the other thing too. If someone's like, you can only watch volleyball, I'd be like, I'm not a big sports guy to begin with anyway. Like I love hockey,
Yeah.
but like everything else is kind of like I don't really care. It's good. I don't really care though.
Yeah.
But when someone's like, what about volleyball? Volleyball doesn't even come. I only acknowledge women's volleyball. I didn't even know men played volleyball.
It's like men's field hockey.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Men play field hockey?
Oh yeah.
No way.
Dude, it's like the number 2 sport in like India and the UK.
Of
for
course
dudes.
it is.
Yeah.
It shows.
Man, I can't. I don't understand field.
Then now, do they wear? They don't wear the kilts, do they?
I feel like they do. I want to say they do.
Because
Then now you're back on board.
because I'm gonna say they got some cake in there.
Danny, pull that up real quick.
Yeah,
I
like,
gotta check this out.
Got any pictures of these
I like.
guys?
I think the archery is kind of my favorite costumes in the Summer Olympics because they wear like these like crazy safari vests, and then they have like superhero level of like fancy binoculars
it's awesome.
and hats, and they look like cyborgs.
I mean, the coolest thing is in the Winter Olympics, the one where like you ski and then
biathlon.
and then you lay down with the gun.
Yeah, biathlon.
Yeah, that's fucking sick.
Yeah, I read a thing about how if you screw up the shooting part, you miss the most points because like if you miss one shot, you lose like 10 seconds. Or
Very
something.
much so.
So they like practice lowering their heart rate to like 0 for like as quick as they can, and so you just see them take them like a bunch of breaths like it's like Call of Duty 4, and they're, like holding the joystick.
Do you know who came in gold? I think 2 years ago or the last Winter Olympics.
Caitlin Clark.
No. That would have been sick. See, now I'm on board.
She's a sick outside shooter.
She's out of control. No, it was William Shaner.
Oh, hello.
Yeah, what's up?
Now we're talking.
No relation, but I'll get it. Can we get him on the podcast?
Wait,
I'll reach out.
Could you reach out to him, Danny? That would be dope.
You gotta get him before he gets to Paris.
Yeah, I have to get this guy on. It's like, yo, closely, probably in no way related, but look, same name.
That does seem like a Shaner family sport.
That would be so sick.
Yeah.
And then he gets in a car drunk and drives off.
Every time he fires one, he's like, I wish it was a person.
Honestly, he's just like using the fucking electric window to aim the car. He's like, I get it. That would be sick.
Yeah. Talking about Olympic archery, though, me and my dad went to the Eagles playoff game against the 49ers, the NFC Championship game, like 2 years ago. And we go there and we snuck down to like pretty low section, and we're both pretty hammered, and they do like a thing with like Olympians on the field. They're like, welcome our like Olympians getting ready for Paris or something, and it's like 2 ladies and a really tiny guy gymnast, which is kind of funny. And then like there's all these empty seats. I'm like, where are these people? They're not here. And like second or third quarter, like the Olympians roll into the row we're in, and they're wearing the medals. And I'm like, crap, we're sitting in the Olympian seats.
Did you move?
Well, we scooted like one over. I was like counting. I was like, there's only 2 of them. We got 2 extra seats. So we slid over. And then every time Jalen Hurts would make a pass, I'd kind of like lean over and be like, bullseye. I probably did that like 12 times. And then I was like, I'm so sorry. This is so funny to me.
That's so great.
And then I was like, how do compound bows work? And she's like, really? I was like, I'm always curious with all the things.
Also, sorry, my name's Shane. It's all.
Yeah.
What are you doing after this?
You got bronze, but I think you got gold. You seem like
I'm just
dunk.
saying, no matter what happens in Paris,
We'll always have Paris.
So here's the thing. First off, thank you for your service. Thank you for what you do on.
Saying that to every Olympian.
You should, because you're an American.
And start asking her about the Olympic Village. I was like, you got a +1 over there?
So if I go along, say you can shoot a bow, but then you did it in Paris, and then you need backup. My name is Shane, and I can come.
Can we go in a parking lot after this? Can you, William, tell me in the parking lot after this?
I just wanted to shoot my bow in your. Hello.
The only bow I got is my Cupid love arrow that's got to go right into your butt.
Yeah.
And then you're gonna love me.
I'll give you the gold. My winner gold.
It's bronze. It would have been bronze.
I'll give you.
It's been cast in bronze.
When I say I give you the gold, you might need to be tested for gold. You might need a little bit.
Come in the parking lot, shoot this beer can off my head.
Let's go. Oh man, that would be the best way to die. I don't know why they don't use Olympians for public execution. I mean, sure they'd probably be against it. I know why. I don't know why I said I don't know why. It'd just be like, why
wouldn't you rather
volunteer?
have Like, what would you rather die by? Like a firing squad of bullets or a firing squad of like mechanized crossbows that are programmed to go straight through your fucking brain?
So would I rather die by the hands of man or machine?
Yeah, I never understood. Why don't they just like program like how in like Shooter there's like a remote controlled sniper rifle that shoots the thing?
Yes.
Like, why don't they just do that for the execution?
One, I think that's a whole new level of inhumane.
But I mean, if we get like some Silicon Valley nerd to do it,
What
then we burn down Silicon
sure.
Valley.
But what I'm saying is, I think part of the reason execution happens by people's hands
Yeah.
is so people can. It's the weight of the act that's happening. Like the moment we start automating all of that, the less we give a shit about all of it. The point of execution is not only so someone is dead now, it's so somebody has to be like, man, this was the ultimate punishment that I was there to have carried out, and I witnessed it, and I saw it, and now it's like a ripple effect. It's like dropping a pebble in a lake. That's the whole point of it.
But that executioner guy's got to do it like 100,000 times.
Sometimes it is, and sometimes you can sign. I don't know if Texas still does it. You can sign up to be a civvy going in there and executing somebody. I don't know how long the waiting list
I read an article about like a guy who was an electrical chair operator,
That's sick.
and he was just very like chill. Like his kids were like, we had a great childhood. Like we just never really talked about work. We just
I
come
mean,
home.
that's the great. I mean, then again, you can make that same connection to like a guy who's like a brain surgeon, or like a fucking funeral director, or a forensic pathologist, or a crime scene cleanup dude. Like somebody who sees terrible things. Like there's child pornography experts. Those guys exist. And those guys got to go home.
I consider myself one of them.
You know what? You got the gold, dude. You could have parlayed that into.
When am I getting the Olympics for that?
Like, where's my medal? Where's my parade?
Oh man,
I'm the best.
my parents are moving houses, and I'm packing up the basement, and I find like a box of newspaper clippings from I guess my mom or somebody gave her clippings. They were tracking our neighbor was in this big child pornography ring, like across the street and like over one house. And so there's just like a big pile of newspapers about like his arrest and following the trial and stuff. And I was like, we had a U-shaped neighborhood, and I wasn't allowed to bike that way on the neighborhood. So my friend lived on the other side. I have to go all the way around. And I was like, that'll do it.
He'll never get me.
He's just in front of his computer.
So wait, your neighbor was busted for child pornography.
Yeah.
And then your mom or your aunt decided to follow this to a point of just clipping news articles.
Yeah, just like putting it in a box and be like, gotta make sure nothing happens to my sweet baby boy.
Here's the thing, I guess I get where her heart is at. But if I later found that, I would think that your mom was directly involved in it. Like it's like a fucking murderer who saves the articles. It's like just laughing to herself, like, I cannot be caught. I am the best. If I saw anybody,
I framed him perfectly.
It's like a guy's like, Mom, were you that? Hey there, listeners. The weather is muggy, but your balls won't be. Sheath keeps everything cool with a pouch for your dick and a pouch for your balls, so your junk won't be sticking to your leg anymore. It's comfort like you've never experienced. Honestly, Sheath is the only underwear I have ever really went out of my way to put on. They make everything feel comfortable. Everything's where it needs to be. And your dick and balls looks like the top end of a shepherd shaft. It is amazing. Every time I've ever been in front of anybody else wearing Sheath, I get questions about it. And it's usually, why are you here? But they're never saying, yo, get that fucking weird looking nutsack out of my face. They want it. They need it. They love it, and you'll love it too. Sheath is a game changer, and they're perfect to wear year-round. When it gets chilly outside, the pockets act as an extra layer of protection from the cold. They've got stuff for the ladies too, with the most comfortable bralettes and boy shorts around. Honestly, what you need to do is go to sheathunderwear.com, use code SquirtAlert to get 20% off your first order. Plus, Sheath Underwear, 100% money-back guarantee. That's sheathunderwear.com, promo code SquirtAlert. Get Sheath Underwear, support the show, support your balls. Now back to the goddamn end. We got some phone calls to listen to.
Oh, wait.
Let's see.
Oh, I can't get these on. Hold it up like a rapper.
No, shit. You want to listen like that? That's sick. All right.
Drink coffee now. This is me.
Dude, it changed you. See? You're changed already.
Shamed me.
Hey, Shaner. This is Shane from New Hope, PA.
What the fuck?
I'm calling in regard to your inquiry about, getting your dick sucked in exchange for heroin. So, I have a little story for you.
I don't remember
Back
asking
in
that.
2015, I found myself in the public detox, and I became friendly with a guy there, another young guy. He happened to be a homosexual, and we became friendly. You
Just happened.
bond with people in these situations. You know what I mean? So we got released the same day, and I had a car. He didn't. So I gave him a ride home, and you know how it is after a 5-day detox. We both made the decision we were going to get high again. So I didn't have any money, and we got to talking, and he was like, "All right, man, I'll buy the drugs. Just let me suck your dick." So, I was in a rough way at the time, so I didn't really, I went for it, and I got to tell you, it was weird. I didn't like it. We were in a public park. It was January, and definitely my first gay experience, and it wasn't for me, and I had to politely let him know. And but we remained friends, and now he's I see him on Facebook sometimes. It seems like he found the Lord, and we've both been sober for 8 years, so it all worked out in the end. So there you go. Thanks.
All right.
Time to give advice.
So here's the thing. I don't remember ever asking. I don't remember that inquiry at all. At all.
I should have known. He hit queer real hard in the
Yeah, he
inquiry.
did. From New Hope as well.
Was not me, for the record.
Fuck. Well, I mean, I'm glad you're clean, sober for 8 years. That's amazing. Who'd have thunk he, sucked that right out of you? Just sucked the addiction right out of you.
Right out, yeah.
That's got to be having never had a gay experience.
Yeah.
I think that's got to be like not a weird thing, but I guess like a thing where like something happens and then later you just see this guy on Facebook. It's like he's just living his life. No one's like, remember when you just totally blew me for drugs?
Yeah, I just can't get over it. He made it seem like he's like, I'll buy the drugs, but I gotta suck your dick. And I'm like, well, that's kind of like a win-win for
Yeah, I mean,
Shane.
in a way, that's like, yeah.
He's like, wait, I get free drugs and I get
my dick sucked?
Yeah. In a park, outdoors, that sounds lovely.
January?
Nobody's there.
Beautiful.
I've never got blown outside. That sounds great.
You never got blown outside?
No.
Dude, you got to get on the fucking seasonal blows. It's fucking... Yeah, dude.
It's what I call seasonal depression.
Dude, the seasonal blows are the best. I'm telling you. Fall is the best time.
Okay.
A nice, like...
That's my allergies.
Early afternoon. Yeah, I mean, if you need to get some of that Claritin D.
Oh, yeah. You ever take somebody Claritin, you see the clear? That'd be funny if you're just like pretending to birdwatch as you're getting blown. Like, oh, whippoorwill.
Just checking things.
Yeah, you're like checking the bird app.
We got one more message.
What bird are you looking at?
A titmouse. A swallow.
Penis bird.
That's it. Yeah, I know. Thanks.
Yo, dude. Love the show. Shout out Shaner. Shout out Danny Dubs. Oh my God. Your pod always makes me smile. Even when I'm at my lowest, I just got some really bad news tonight. Took some mushies. And you guys are making me smile while I'm listening. And then when I think I'm at my lowest and I'm a fool, I listen to some of the call-ins. And I'm like, I'm not doing so bad. Turns out, just listen to the Sleepy Guest, as he was called. And I'm like, things could be worse. Things could definitely be worse. So thank you, Shaner. I always love listening to the pods, especially while I'm sweeping up floors. I have that kind of life. You know what it's like. Thank you, man. Seriously, for making a difference. I try to think of a hypothetical. Let's go. What if a whale was inseminated by an octopus? How much will the Japanese get into that shit? I don't know. You call it. Love you.
That's up there for our greatest call of all time.
Oh, I never laugh. That's great.
I've never heard anybody laugh like that. You know what it is? It's the coffee, dude.
Dude, when I actually laugh, it's like just like I'm yelling or something.
Yeah, what is that? That is.
Jeez.
Oh.
Man, how much would the Japanese be into that shit? They wouldn't be falling asleep after work, I tell you
Man.
that.
Man,
Oh, jeez.
that is a great. That was a yeah. God damn.
I can't imagine making a phone call while you're on mushrooms.
I wanna print all of that out and put it on a T-shirt, just like the whole. Just like people like stop, like let me read your what? It's like wait till the end. I'm telling you, it's pretty great.
You should read it before every podcast, like the AMC Nicole Kidman
Oh
thing.
man, that would be so good. How did the Japanese get into that shit? Just walking with, sitting down in the chair.
Carrying Pocky or whatever.
Oh man,
Good Lord.
yeah, I don't know. I do appreciate that. I appreciate everybody who calls in. My fans are the best. Anybody who listens to the podcast, the Good Boy, are the best. I will say I do appreciate that. Even the guy who got his dick sucked while another person bought heroin, the level of trying to relate getting your dick sucked while doing heroin and sweeping up floors to me is pretty great.
Man.
That everyone's like, you know what that life's all about. I'm like, I don't know about the heroin life, the cleaning and sweeping. I've been there, but I've never. I'm just glad I'm making people's nights brighter. Days a little bit lighter.
That's all you can ask for.
I'm glad I'm stirring the pot in their brain to where, they're coming up with hypothetical question. Wait, what was the actual question? Because I'm just caught up.
What if a whale got inseminated by an octopus?
Okay.
How much would the Japanese get into that shit?
How much would they get? How much would they get into that shit?
I didn't know they liked whales that much.
Japanese whaling was pretty big for a
forgot
while.
about the
It
whaling.
was pretty big for a while. And then they got when whaling became very
Whaling
hey,
got canceled.
don't do that. They got real into fucking dolphin.
Oh,
They got real into dolphin.
Yeah.
So that was that's
I know-
it.
they
Have you ever
like
seen the
the-
movie The Cove?
A little bit. I was kind of.
You probably saw enough of what you need.
Yeah.
The Cove is like, watching a Serbian film, but just for people who love animals.
It is just. Like
You know
that.
what? I'm just saying, like, people who watch a Serbian film are like, oh, wow, I don't know. But The Cove is for people who love animals. Like, oh, no, I don't like that.
I didn't want to know.
I didn't want to know about that.
I can't do the voice.
Your laugh was close to a dolphin. It was.
My girlfriend got mad at me because she's like, I've never heard you laugh like that before. And I'm like,
I mean,
well, you haven't made me laugh.
you fucking bitch.
I'm like, maybe try harder.
Oh, so
Can you be more like Family Guy?
How's you and the lady doing?
It's good. We just celebrated our meetiversary. Our first.
Is that what you call fucking the first time?
No, we didn't have sex till the third date. Mom and Dad earmuffs. But no, our first date was at Margaritaville in Times Square. And so it was about a year. So we're like, let's go back.
Aw.
And yeah, it was we went right before Jimmy died.
Oh.
And him not being there this year really.
Did you tip
took a
over a
toll.
margarita like a white bitch for him?
I did. The bartender was sick as hell. He was just like, there's like a 30 margarita list you get, and if you buy them in this like giant cup, you get it like discounted. So we get that, and we're just chit chatting, and then the guy's like, "How do you like it?" And I was like, "It's not quite strong enough." He's like, "Don't worry about that." And then I just see him like glug glug glug
Dude,
glug.
that's
And I'm like, Jimmy forever,
that
baby.
is pretty sick. So you guys went back to Margaritaville,
Where it all began.
and how long has it been?
It was a year since our first date.
Whoa!
I asked her to be my girlfriend on 9/11, so that's coming up in a couple months.
sick.
Yeah.
Sick. Now, did you choose 9/11?
Of course.
That's great.
Because people are like always whining about forgetting their anniversary. I was like, what's the one
You
date?
can never forget it.
Yeah.
You can never forget that.
And if I do get mad, my boys get on me. They're like, you forgot about her. You forgot about the troops. I'm like, yeah.
You know, I think, 9/11, I hated it, dude. I got to be honest with you.
You were against?
Yeah, I was against 9/11 for a little bit.
I was against it because it canceled the U.S. Open that night.
Really?
I was 8. I wanted to watch Andre Agassi so bad.
I was against it. I was against 9/11 for 2 reasons. One, come on.
Really, guys?
One, for real? One, for real, dude? For real? No, I was against 9/11. I think
I can't get over the strength of this take.
You know what? I call me crazy. You know what? I'm gonna go out on a limb here and say like I wasn't a big fan.
I'm dying for point number 2.
I was not a big fan of 9/11. I think I'll die on that hill, dude.
Yeah.
But the other thing is that happened, and me and my boys were planning on going
a
to
similar
We were
strike against the
planning-
nation.
They took our idea, literally hijacked it, if you will.
Sorry.
It's the coffee. He's goofed
Yeah,
up,
I'm
dude.
just the juice is loose.
But no,
What were you guys planning?
we were planning on going. Like, my buddy Justin was like the only friend that drove.
Sure.
So like we were planning on going to the mall because that was the same day that Slayer released God Hates Us All.
Oh.
And I was like, gonna go get that album.
Mm.
And I was like super pumped to go get it. And then that happened. And like, nobody could go anywhere.
I gotta
Sam
say,
Goody closed?
initially I was pro 9/11 because we got out of school early.
Oh, we did not.
true.
We
Did they dismiss the whole school like in
They
one big group?
dismissed like the whole Philadelphia school system.
Wow.
Like,
We just had
everyone-
like drips and drabs of parents like
Yeah,
picking kids up.
that's what we had. We had people like showing up and like, I'm getting my kid out of here. Now, keep in mind, also there were people in my town leaving town because that
Heading to the front.
no the crash in Shanksville.
Oh, right.
United 93 crashed in Shanksville. Now, that's fairly far away from Spring City, Limerick, and Royersford.
But it's
however,
in the same state.
in a jumbo jet that's like going 300 miles an hour,
true.
everyone thought that the plane was going to crash into the nuclear power plant.
Yes.
And everybody was terrified that was going to happen. They thought, they didn't know, like, I mean, nobody knew what the fuck was going on that whole day. So, except for me, because my boys we planned something.
Fuck the blueprint. We're
And,
getting Slayer.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Yeah, I got out of school early, and then I went to the deli, got a sandwich. This is the best day ever. He gives me the sandwich for free. He's just like, whatever,
Whoa.
man, have it. And then I think I'm sitting there eating the hoagie, and I was like, oh, this is actually kind of sad, I guess.
Yeah.
But there was a 2-hour window where I was like, I don't know, man.
Dude, don't get me wrong. When we were like, it happened when I was in my 11th grade English class, and I remember sitting there for whatever. The craziest thing was, someone had talked about like, oh, America might be under attack, and then we just turned on the news, and we watched the second tower get hit by a plane,
Oh, yeah.
and we were like, what is happening? And then that, like, I couldn't believe that, like. There
How
were,
bad are these guys at flying?
dude. I honestly was like, "What is going on here?" Like, nobody knows what they're doing.
Yeah, I mean,
Who got fired?
I was on the L home happy as shit. Like, some idiot makes a mistake, I get to go home
This
early.
is pretty sick.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it wasn't until I got home and I was watching people like leave town, and
Also, bizarre move. Why did every teacher roll in the TV to fucking show
Oh,
us
yeah.
destruction?
so that was the craziest thing
True.
is that our TVs were like, we had like the new hanging ones in we could
corner.
just turn them on, but there were also like you would go into one class and the teacher was like, we're not even addressing what's going on. Yes, something is going on. We're just going to continue on. Like there was some like my fucking math teacher, Mr. Miller, acted as if it was just like a rainy day. He's like, all right, guys. I know, whatever. It's outside. We're learning. It's like, we're not stopping school. And that was the thing. I think that was like one of the first times I heard, like, because when they started talking about, like, it might, like, be terrorism.
Yeah.
That was one of the first time I heard, like, if we are affected by this, the terrorists win.
Oh.
So, like, it was, like, people were just like, no, we can't even give a shit. like, we're not even going to acknowledge this on TV or else they win.
Yeah.
And that was
Terry's win.
That was wild because, like, school was never canceled. We, like, the next day, because it was,
September
I think,
12th.
September 12th, the day after, dude. It was a Wednesday because 9/11 was a Tuesday. So I remember we went in, and I would say like 50% of our school was gone. Like, no one was there.
Oh, whoa.
And like, my mom, like, we're not getting called out of school for shit. My mom's sending us to fucking school. And I remember, like, there were just people like, we gotta keep our wits about us. Is like, if we show any sign of, like, this is devastating, but also know your feelings are valid. It was a very, like, get the fuck, come on.
Yeah.
Like, it was one of those. And then came the prayer circles.
This
Good
is such
God.
an interesting experience because I was in the second grade and I just remember I was like, ESPN was showing 9/11 news and I was like, where is Sports Center? I want to see highlights and slam dunks and
You know
whatever.
what? That's another thing. What you don't want to hear, like, da-na-na, da-na-na. It's like, what is this?
That's what made Stuart Scott's eye go like
Yeah,
that.
it's fucking wild.
There's I read this book about Al Qaeda, and so Osama was in the cave with the boys on 9/11, and
Chilling.
they couldn't get the satellite TV to work. They're literally like banging on the TV, arranging the antenna, can't get the BBC to show the news because they're like planning for the big day. So then they have some guy set up a radio, and so they're listening. They're all huddled in a cave. Osama's next to the radio. They're all looking at him. They hear the first plane crash. They go nuts. They lose their minds. And Osama's just sitting there. And it quiets down. And he looks at them. He's like, holds up 2 fingers. And then they all go, what the?
Dude.
Second plane hits. They're like, ah, this is Ukraine. He's not making a move. 3. Plane hits the Pentagon. Oh, my God. And then he's just still not moving. And they're like, no. It's like black guy video holding him back, whatever. And then he's like, oh. And then that one crashed on the ground, but it was supposed to hit the Capitol building.
Straight up.
Honestly, that would have been, if they had just hit the Capitol building, I think it would have been worse than all the other ones.
I honestly thought once the Pentagon was, like, attacked or whatever, I honestly thought that the White House would have been hit.
Yeah, I would have just put them all DC.
Because at that point in time, it was like, you guys took down the World Trade Center.
Yeah.
And then you hit the Pentagon. Like, I think at that point in time, like, I was old enough to know, I was like, how are we not shooting everything down now? How are we not? I was honestly like, where are the jets?
But honestly, it's like, why, even as a kid, the Pentagon's just dumb. You ever seen it? It's just like a big office building in a square with one more side. And it's just like...
You mean a Pentagon?
If they made it a pentagram, we wouldn't be in this mess.
Well, honestly, it would have been sick, dude.
Yeah, if you just get like Nancy Pelosi.
You know what? That's what Slayer's album cover should have been.
A plane flying into the pentagram.
Just 5 planes coming from each. Dude, if they had planned that out, dude, that would have been sick. But, yeah, it was, I honestly remember being like, where are all the fucking, like, where's the jets? Like, where's the fucking guns?
They didn't scramble anything.
Nothing. And I didn't understand what was going on or why.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I'm fucking 17 years old, so, like, in my head, I'm just like, oh, fuck.
Am I going to get drafted next
That's
year?
exactly what I thought.
That was literally everyone in high school. We're like,
Dude,
fuck.
Dude,
Fuck.
I didn't plan. Now, keep in mind, that was my junior year in high school.
Yeah.
So senior year, the world's still like on fire from this. Like,
Sure.
we're like, oh, we got to do this and we got to understand what we're doing. And I honestly thought by the time, not only was I out of high school, like a year after high school, I figured we would have been in like a world war. I thought like there were going to be allies and another axis of evil or whatever, and I thought like I was just going to be drafted and given a direction and a gun and where to go, and I didn't think about college or anything like that, and
My path was so clear.
That's what I thought was going to happen. I was like, yo, I'm okay with pumping this gas right now because everything's going to work out, and then nothing happened.
Yeah.
And then nothing happened. We just got into one of the biggest quagmires in American history.
Great word.
The 14-year-long war. 14 years. This is the craziest thing you could ever do.
Yeah. I don't know. I hate a short war. It's kind of...
No, but...
it's like binging a war. I want a lot of seasons.
Look, we understand. We all want Band of Brothers. But we did get Generation Kill. We did get that.
Get Jarhead.
We did get Jarhead.
Got Hurt Locker.
Got Hurt Locker. Dude, Hurt Locker...
That's my favorite. Every time I buy
sick.
him, I send this GIF from the Hurt Locker to people.
Well, where he's running?
Where he's running and it's exploding behind him. Yeah.
It's pretty sick.
I think about that all the time.
My favorite part of Hurt Locker is when he finds out that the kid that he
got the bomb stowed into him? Yeah.
But it wasn't that kid.
Oh, wasn't?
No. Remember when he goes there? Spoiler alert.
If you didn't see the Hurt Locker in 2003.
If you haven't seen the Hurt Locker, if you missed the Hurt Locker 1, what the fuck are you doing?
Jeremy Renner almost died, and you haven't watched the Hurt Locker. He almost ran himself over with his own snowblower.
It's great. Yeah, there's a point where he finds the kid.
Yeah.
And he's like, oh my God, this is the kid. And then it ends up it's not the kid at all. And then the other part that's so great is when he goes back to America and he's standing in the grocery store.
Yeah.
It's just like, how powerful. How powerful.
Yeah. It's like, the grocery stores are boring.
Too many. They're cuckoo for. But that's like when I saw that,
Lighting's oppressive.
I did think, I was like, man, I wonder how many cereals would blow a Middle Eastern kid's mind.
Most of them.
You know, like what cereal would 9/11 a Middle Eastern kid's mind?
Cookie Crisp.
Cookie Crisp, probably.
OG Cookie Crisp, not the new shit.
Yeah, not the new shit.
Ugh.
Another thing I think that would really fuck a kid up is Waffle Crisp. Would probably fuck.
Well, I don't know. Do they have like a lot of syrupy action going on over
So
there?
Yeah, I feel like you would have to explain waffles.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But that's what I'm saying is like it'd be so foreign. They'd be like,
Kind of why
what
we fought the war.
is this? But then again, you'd have to think up Cookie Crisp too, because they're like, what is this? I'm like, imagine like chocolate chip cookies, right?
You know how you used to eat in dirt?
You know? You know how everything tastes like this coffee? It's not. It's just a little thing. I think the other thing that
I feel like Cookie Crisp is at least like similar in color to what they're used to eating.
I'm just imagining a Captain Crunch box dressed up like Osama bin Laden.
Oops, all berries.
No,
they will die. Can't do that to them.
Oops, all infidels.
Not to mention, did you ever eat a whole box of Oops All Berries?
Yeah.
Yeah, what it does to your poop.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
You shit midnight green the next day.
Did you know that one of the biggest things it boosted sales, then killed sales, and then reboosted sales.
Yeah.
So Frankenberry, when it was first released, it had a chemical additive in it, a color additive that turned kids' shit like almost bright pink. Now, for a little bit, parents were like very worried because like, why is my kid shit?
What a helicopter parent bullshit.
Wild. So then they wrote General Mills, and General Mills took the additive out of it. Sales slumped because kids wanted pink weird shit.
Oh, yeah.
And then they put it back in and sales went back up again. It's like, yo, come on. These are kids eating. It's a kid's cereal. It's got to be fun going in and out. That's the way I look at it.
I review cereal on YouTube sometimes, and I bought the whole cycle. I bought Count Chocula, Frankenberry, Ghost, whatever.
Hold on. Do you know how many are do you know how many there are?
There's 4.
There is 4.
Yeah.
Now, what are they?
There's a blue one, a pink one, a brown one, and an orange one. One's got a ghost, one's got a Frankenberry.
So it's Boo Berry.
Boo Berry.
Jesus Christ.
I'm very mad
it's
at
like
this
these
cereal.
kids in second grade during 9/11, man.
Yeah, if 9/11 never happened, I'd know all the cereals.
It's actually, when I think about the biggest travesty of 9/11, it's just been cereal.
Talking about some 14-year war. It's been 30 years. I don't know cereal.
So it's Boo Berry,
Boo Berry, Frankenberry,
Frankenberry, Count Chocula. Actually,
don't tell
there's
me.
actually 5 of them, not 4.
I bought 4, and I got mad that they all
So,
tasted the same. They're
then
just
there's-
different colors.
There's Fruit Brute,
Oh, yes.
which is the werewolf.
Yes.
Which is the werewolf, and then there is.
What color is it? Give me a hint.
It's a combination of colors. Much
Oh.
like
Is
Fruit
it a
Brute.
mummy?
It's Yummy Mummy.
Oh. They
Yummy
might have
Mummy
discontinued.
is-
I didn't see Yummy Mummy
Yeah.
at Target there.
So the weirdest thing is when they first got released,
Yeah.
the quintet of these
The 4 tops.
These that's a quartet.
Fuck.
You know what 9/11 did?
The 5 bottoms.
The 5 box tops, dude.
He is online. He's about to drink a second iced coffee.
I'm out of control, dude. I'm gonna do it for the troops. You know what? 9/11. These guys put in work for this coffee, and you're not even gonna fucking drink it.
I'll have a second sip.
You better have for the troops. You have to do it for the troops.
This one's for the troops. It's for the Olympians. It's for Mark Wahlberg. It would have been different.
Dude.
Ooh, it tastes better when it's more water. More like mud, less like dirt.
That's called an iced Americano. You big gay.
That's what I would say every time a troop death was reported.
This has been the End Podcast. That was perfect.
Oh, man.
Holy shit. Shane O'Connor, thank you for being on the goddamn show.
Thanks so much for having me.
Make sure you call the hotline, 833-443-5300. We'll address any comment, question, concern, or possible heroin and, hypothetical whale being inseminated by a squid question or
Yeah.
situation you have. Thank you so much. We're going to switch it over to Patreon.
Don't forget to come to the special taping June 23rd at the Yuki Club, 6 and 8 p.m. The Japanese would love this shit, so you got to get over here.
Later.